Hello, Rick. I have something I need to discuss with you. It's important.
Yo, good evening, Daisy. It's almost the day of your wedding with my brother. How are you faring? Are you looking forward to it?
Of course I am. We're holding our wedding ceremony at the high-class, globally renowned YouTube hotel. For an impoverished peasant like you could only dream of having your own wedding at such a place. Oh, scratch that. Marriage itself is probably impossible for you. Whoops, that was a bit of a slip of the tongue. Forgive my rudeness.
Huh? What the?
What's up with that idiotic reply? Cat got your tongue?
No, it's only that. I suppose I have to say that I'm confused. Were you always the type to speak like this?
No, but I can't help it anymore. I mean, your brother Clint graduated college like a proper, upstanding adult should, but then here you are, a high school dropout. When I heard that for the first time, all I could think was, gag. If I married Clint, that'd mean I'd technically be related to you now. Yuck! How could he stand having a brother like you? I'd want to die. To tell you the truth, it really made me second-guess my choice in life. Still, Clint makes good money, and I thought it'd be immature of me to break up with him over something like that, so I've been tolerating it until now. Then, we registered our marriage today, so that makes it official. We're a married couple now. At this point, I didn't think there was any need to put up an act and keep with the formalities. I should be frank with you and put my true feelings on display.
I see. So in short, you've decided to choose now to start showing your true colors.
There's that too, but there's something else. Look, can you just not come to our wedding ceremony tomorrow?
What? Apologies, but I don't think I can do that even if I wanted to. I'm the groom's brother, and I'm his only family. We have some distant relatives, but I'm his closest family member. Yet you're requesting that I not attend? Is that not strange?
I don't care. I won't allow it no matter what, so you better not come.
Why not?
This should be pretty obvious for anyone with a brain, but I guess I have to explain it. What did I expect of a high school dropout? There's nothing between your ears, I swear.
I'm sorry, but yes, I will have to ask you to explain it to me because I just don't understand it at all.
You see, I've been hiding the fact that he has no parents anymore.
Huh?
Oh, before you say anything, I already know I can't hide it from my own parents and my brother, so I'm not going to bother. But I think I can easily keep it under wraps from my friends and my distant relatives. Right now, they think Clint is an only child, and that his parents are business people, too busy traveling the world for work to come back to the U.S.
Huh? But our parents were the managers of a cafe while they were still alive. Why would you lie about that?
Duh. Of course I know that, but that story just reeks of poverty. It's pitiable. I had to make up something to save my dignity, as well as your brother's.
Excuse me?
When your parents died, that meant they couldn't even run that shabby old cafe anymore, right? And you couldn't either. You wound up so strapped for cash, you dropped out in high school to work. That's pathetic. On the other hand, your brother gets to have the honor of marrying me, a fellow college graduate, even though he has a good-for-nothing older brother with that kind of miserable backstory. If you know what's good for him, you better not come to her wedding.
Hey, Rick, what's up? Oh, it's almost the day of the wedding. Gosh, I just can't wait. Oh, Clint, this is perfect timing. I was just about to message you from my end. You were? Huh, Oh, yeah, what time are you planning on coming tomorrow? Daisy's grandpa was saying he is dying to meet you. This might be a lot to ask, but could you also come a little earlier? He might have a lot to discuss with you, actually. Yeah, about that. I just got a message from Daisy telling me not to come to the wedding. Huh? Why? It seems she wants to hide my existence from her family members because I'm a high school dropout. No way. She's never said something like that before. She has known about it this entire time, but she's never complained about it. Why is she doing it now? I know, right? But it seems that after you guys registered your marriage, it basically sealed the deal between you guys. As such, she didn't feel the need to put up an act around me anymore. What the hell? Are you sure you're not misunderstanding her or something? Like, this has to be a bad joke. I get it's hard to believe. It gave even me some whiplash. Here, I'll send you some screenshots. Let me know what you think. Got it. I finished reading it. Boy, it was a lot to take in. I need to correct you from earlier, though. I haven't actually had our marriage registered officially yet. What? Really? Yeah, I was intending to turn in our papers and stuff sometime after the wedding. It's probably gonna be super busy tomorrow, so I thought it'd be more difficult to turn them in the day of. I still have a few things left to fill out too, and it'll be hard to calm down enough to focus on doing that. We filled out what we could, and I've been holding onto our papers until then. I guess she misunderstood that as meaning you've already registered your marriage. Sounds likely. She's the type to quickly jump to conclusions and make her own assumptions. Even when she's listening to you, she only hears about half of what you're saying and reacts based on that. Up until now, it's been at kind of a cute level. I gently correct her, and it's all good. But this time, I can't forgive it that easily. She needs to know that this behavior is unacceptable. You're my brother. I don't care if she's my fiancé. No one has the right to treat you this way. I see. Hey, Rick, can you leave this matter in my hands? I'll take care of it. You sure? You can handle it on your own? Yeah. She completely disregarded me even though I'm literally an essential part of our wedding. She didn't ask my opinions for any of this, and she's just making decisions on her own. I mean, banning guests from our own wedding without my consent? It is absurd. I can't possibly let that slide. I see. Got it. She may have said all kinds of things to me, but in the end, you're her fiancé. You have every right to decide what you want to do here. I'll leave it to you. Yeah, you can count on me. I won't let her diss you like that and get away with it. I'll set her straight for sure. Oh, right. I noticed from your screenshot that you're speaking to her pretty politely. She's gonna take it as a signal that you're a pushover and that you're someone she can take advantage of. You can't let her do that. So talk to her casually. Don't apologize so much. Got it.
Hey, you! What's the big idea? What are you doing waltzing in here like nothing's wrong? Don't you remember what I told you?
Good morning, Daisy. You came over here just to dump a bucket of water over my head? What are you trying to pull? It was freezing. I thought I was gonna catch a cold.
Go home. I told you that I'm hiding your existence from the people around me, didn't I? Having you here does nothing for me. You're a nuisance. Even if you barge in here of your own volition, we don't have a seat prepared for you, so there's no point in you being here anyway. It'd be embarrassing if everyone found out about your existence, so just go home already.
I see. So when they eventually do find out, it's gonna be a big problem.
We'll be cutting ties with you, so I don't have to ever worry about that happening.
Do you really think that Clint feels the same way? That he agrees with you?
Of course. One of my parents is the CEO of a major corporation, and I'm giving Clint the honor of marrying me. If I ask him to cut ties with you, I'm certain he will. It'd be doing him a favor anyway. He doesn't have any need for a useless, no-good brother like you. Come on already, go home. Get lost. Leave.
Sorry for letting you get the wrong idea, but I didn't come here for the wedding ceremony.
You didn't?
I thought that if the wedding ceremony is gonna get canceled, I might as well get some work done.
Bitter much? So when a peasant like you runs out of stuff to do, you go and pull up even more work to preoccupy yourself with? Can't relate. As expected of a high school dropout, you gotta keep hustling or else you can't make it.
Well, I guess I don't really care how you interpret that.
Though, if a high school dropout like you is able to do work in this high-class hotel, does that mean you're like a janitor or something? Oh my god, that's so hilarious.
You shouldn't make fun of janitors. They're working difficult but admirable jobs.
Well, I understand why you'd want to defend yourself.
I'm not a janitor, so that doesn't hold up. Can you stop making false assumptions and getting carried away by them?
So, what kind of work did you come here to do?
Well, right now I'm having a discussion with the chairman of the W Company, Mr. Eisner. We got a room at the YouTube Hotel.
Huh? See what now? Wait, isn't that my grandpa?
Yeah, that's right. Of course, he's not the only person here. There are others who help make all the important business decisions happen. They're all here together. You know how you dumped a bucket of water over my head? At that time, I had left the business meeting. I had to go and pick up some additional documents for my car in the parking lot. So, the chairman knows about everything that's happened.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're implying here.
Well, he proposed that we collaborate on creating a popular menu, and I'm supposed to oversee his company's cafeteria. That's what we've been discussing in the business meeting.
Huh? You're going to be managing that?
I used the menu of the cafe that my parents left behind as a base. And I also have a friend who works in a patisserie who gave me some good advice. Thanks to those two things, I came up with my own way of running a cafe. Apparently, at some point, Chairman Eisner and his wife were visiting my cafe incognito, and they took a liking to the goods I make.
Really?
Yep. Anyways, you didn't really throw a wrench into our plans at all. We were just making it official right now that we'll work together to make the collaboration into a reality.
Just wait a second. My grandpa is a snob when it comes to sweets, yet your shabby little cafe managed to catch his attention. Does that mean...
We still haven't expanded across the country or anything, but we have a total of 28 stores operating primarily on the southeast coast.
No way! That many? How is a high school dropout like you managing all these cafes?
If I may, me being a high school dropout doesn't disqualify me from being put in a managerial position in a company.
But...
I did suffer some for my lack of solid academic background, but there are things that you can achieve despite that with hard work. I had plenty of people who had my back too. I do think that I am on the luckier side in general, but thanks to my hard work and the help of my friends and my brother, I'm able to be a successful manager now. As such, you have no reason to be looking down on me, claiming that just because I'm a high school dropout, I must be some kind of low-life peasant.
But I wasn't told about any of this. Can you blame me for not knowing?
No, you were definitely told. My brother isn't one to hide this from people. Based on what he's told me, he's brought you to the cafe I personally run several times.
What? He has?
Yep, and he's even explained that to you himself, that the cafe he takes you to is one of the places I run. But you were so busy snapping photos for your Instagram that all you gave him were lukewarm answers in response. It was hard to tell whether you were truly listening or not. But I see now that you definitely weren't paying attention at all.
Wait, huh?
Anyway, I've been talking to you long enough. It's about time I take my leave.
Excuse me?
Don't worry. Clint was saying he was going to talk to you over WhatsApp about something, so you'll have him to keep you company next.
Why him? He's with you right now?
Yeah, it seems he finished talking to your parents, so he came back here.
What? What's my parents have to do with any of this?
He had a thing or two to say to them about your behavior towards me, and had them agree to cancel the wedding and allow him to break off his engagement with you.
What? What does he mean by breaking off our engagement? We're already married. If he's saying we should get a divorce, I'm not going down without a fight. Like hell I'm going to be a divorcee.
You're still single.
No, I'm not. What are you saying?
You are. Clint still has both of your papers. He was planning on turning them in after the wedding ceremony.
No way.
What are you surprised for? Wasn't that always the plan? Did you forget, or were you not listening again? Clint did say that you had a bad habit of making false assumptions.
No, this can't be. No way.
Daisy!
Clint, I can't explain myself.
When my parents passed away in an accident, I was still in elementary school, the 3rd grade to be exact.
What's this all of a sudden?
Of course, they left behind some money for us. But it was really sudden, so no one was prepared. We weren't expecting it at all. Because of a load of various circumstances, none of our relatives could take us in, even the ones that we were relatively acquainted with. Our parents' cafe had to be closed down too. From what he told me, whenever he tried to think about what he's going to do in the future, he'd find himself wavering, even considering more serious measures like obtaining money in an illegal fashion. But in the end, my brother, who was in his first year of high school at the time, had to make an important decision. You see, he had gotten into one of the most prestigious high schools in the country through the IB program. He's always had a good head on his shoulders, and it allowed him to successfully be admitted into the school. But he had to throw that opportunity away. To raise me properly, he dropped out at the beginning of summer break and began working to support the two of us. It was really tough on him. I was still so young, and we had no parents to support us anymore, but he had to make it work for us anyway. And yet, he never complained. He eventually made enough money to where he could have sent himself to college if he wanted to. But he said that education wasn't everything anyway, and chose to support me in pursuing a higher education instead. There is only one person I admire above anyone else. My brother. I'm beyond grateful to him. I owe him everything, and yet because of that dumb pride, you tried to have me throw him away. You insulted and degraded him. What gives you the right to do that to him?
No way. I'll allow you to pretend like I never talked about cutting him off. It'll be like it never happened. That's fair, right? So let's get married.
Why are you acting like you have the final say here? Can you quit the arrogant attitude?
What?
I won't ever forgive you.
No, this can't be true.
In the end, their discussion ended with Daisy having no understanding of her former boyfriend's feelings. But she wouldn't accept that they were no longer engaged, nor could she give up on my brother. So she'd lie and wait in front of his company intending to ambush him, and demanded that I help the two of them reconcile. But it seemed she had completely forgotten about all of the cancellation fees and damages she caused for the wedding. Thus, I took it upon myself to remind her. But to that, she replied that she'd allow me to marry her. In exchange, she wanted me to pay for everything. At that point, I was already a married man. It seemed she didn't know what to do with herself anymore. So I contacted her parents, asking them how I should deal with her. Later, my brother and I managed to get a restraining order from her, so that's one big relief. As of now, she's been working endlessly from day until night under the watchful eye of her parents, desperately trying to pay back the money that she owes. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to see more content just like this.